I like maths and computer science. I don't mean to suggest that I'm particularly good at either of those things, just that I like them, because I'm a huge nerd. But I seem to find myself in good company, because chances are, you too are a nerd. Why else would you have clicked on this video, am I right? Anyway, you are looking at Adversarial Conway, a class of computational algorithms I devised that let you pit two cellular automata against each other on a shared space. And yes, of course I mean John Conway's famous Game of Life, which is sometimes described as a zero-player game, because the rules are entirely deterministic and require no input from outside. I've been wondering for a while if it isn't possible to let multiple instances of Game of Life compete with one another, only to discover that this idea has already been brought forward in at least one science fiction novel, namely David Breen's Glory Season, although I am really not sure if the game he describes is explicitly Conway's Game of Life, or rather a similar cellular automaton. Regardless, I could not find any actual realization of this concept, so I embarked on building one myself. You're looking at the results of my endeavor. What you're seeing are two instances of Game of Life played out with the standard B3 S23 rule set. Don't worry if you don't know yet what that means. If this video finds a modicum of attention, I plan to produce more videos that will explain all the concepts step by step. Suffice it to say for now that my adversarial Conway algorithms let these two games of life compete for finite space in a combative manner, meaning that they will both try to claim available cells for themselves, while also being able to steal cells from the opponent. The game ends when both Game of Life configurations have reached a halting state, upon which the number of cells belonging to each configuration are tallied up. I've imposed two restrictions on the possible Game of Life configurations that may enter into a duel like this. The first restriction is that the Game of Lives are not allowed to reach repeating patterns. If they do enter into a loop, the future evolution is terminated. The second restriction imposed is that the Game of Life configurations have to meet certain cryptographic criteria, which are introduced arbitrarily, but for a good reason. But I think we have already reached the point where this introduction must come to an end. We will delve into more details at a later time. I will see you then and there, if you wish.